In this video, I'm going to show you how to navigate the user Commportal interface. When you log in as a user, you will start at the home page. You will see a general overview of what your phone is currently doing. That's the Summaries tab. It's going to tell you right now that all calls are ringing your phone. When busy, all calls will be forwarded to voicemail. On no answers, calls will be forwarded to voicemail. If you have any of these settings changed or adjusted, it will be reflected here under the Summary tab. As a quick overview of what you're going to see on this screen, you have a couple different tabbed options here. Again, we're on the home screen. Next option is your messages and calls. You also have a contacts tab. Within each of these main headers, you will see several sub-tabs that we will go through, and also some additional settings here at the bottom. I want to point out, if you're looking to change your voicemail password, this is where you will do that. Under Change Voicemail PIN, you will simply click on the hyperlink. If you know your current voicemail password, you will enter that here, and then enter the new information here and confirm. If you don't know what your current password is, please ask your administrator to reset that in the admin Commportal. Change password here is to reset your Commportal password. So if you are locked out of this screen here, you can change it, or your administrator can change it for you, and that's where you navigate that change. The next tab under the Home Main tab is our forwarding option. This, I think, is used the most for the Commportal access. Under the forwarding option, you have several different types of call forwarding. First one is immediately. If you have this box checked and you enter in the phone number as you would dial it and apply, all calls to your number will be forwarded to this number automatically. To take it off, you simply unclick the box and apply. Please remember that this Commportal access is accessible from anywhere that you have internet access. Simply go to our vtc.net website. Under the Simplicity Voice, you can log into the user interface and call forward calls anytime you need to. The next option is going to be our Busy No Answer. That's pretty self-explanatory. If you do not forward calls if you do not answer, forward calls if your line is busy. If it's grayed out like this, it just hasn't been activated, you would need to uncheck this box, and then you can set two different options for these, or check this box to use the same configuration for both no answer and busy. Here at the bottom, you will notice that there is forward unanswered calls after 36 seconds. I like to point this out because there is 6 seconds per ring. So if you want to calculate how many times you would like it to ring before it forwards, you will need to calculate 6 seconds times however many rings you want it to ring before the call forwarding kicks in. I'm going to cancel that. Our next option here is our selected callers. You can add a list of people in here that you want it to automatically, your call routing come in, you can automatically change it for those selected callers. For example, if my husband was listed in here, I could have him automatically go to my cell phone if I don't answer my call. There's a lot of different options in here that you can click through. Everything is pretty self-explanatory as far as the different options, but if you have any more in-depth questions, please let us know. Next tab here is our Follow Me. This one is set up as a Find Me, Follow Me. If you wanted your phone to ring 4 times and you don't answer, try your cell phone. And then if you don't answer, try your home phone. You can basically set up the rules in here sequentially, simultaneously, to ring all through the different options of people to reach you. Screening, of course, you can have automatic or anonymous call rejection. If you want any anonymous callers to be automatically rejected, you would click this box. Selective rejection, this has been used if you have a certain number that keeps calling you for spam calls or anything. You can actually add them to this list. Add the number in here, you would add new, and it would automatically reject any calls coming from that number. Your Messages and Calls tab here at the top. This is where you can see any call lists. If you had voicemails, you'd be able to access them here. You can listen to them in this option. And this would give you your different missed calls, dialed calls, received calls, and deleted calls. So any listing of call history that you have would be listed within these different tabs. Next is your Contacts tab. You can add different contacts into here to be able to call them. This does not directly tie to your phone set. So any contacts that you have listed in here are purely in the Commportal and not accessible on your telephone. One thing I want to point out here is this Make a Call option. This is really handy for anybody who does remote work or who needs to make a call when they're not at the office. Click this option here. You're going to enter the number that you want to call. So for this example, I'm going to put in our office number. And you'll notice this From option here. And I'm going to click this Change Hyperlink. So typically when you first use this option, it's going to be a blank screen. So I want to call our office from my cell phone. So I'll enter that here. And what this is going to do is when I click dial, my cell phone will start ringing and I'm going to answer it. Once I answer it, it is going to start completing the call to this number here, but the caller ID information is going to be my phone caller ID, so my DID number. And so that's really helpful if you're working remotely and you don't necessarily want the customer or the caller to have your cell phone number or your home number. You would be able to make a call this way and be able to mask your caller ID information with the office. I'm going to close that there. And that is really the Commportal user interface. Really quickly and on a whole, there's one other option I want to show you, which is the Messages setting. Here under the Messages setting, this is where you can adjust the amount of rings before your call goes to voicemail. You also have the option of doing forward messages as emails. This is a feature that I use. So after my phone rings 4 times, it will forward to voicemail. If you click this box and you add an email address, any voicemails that I get will now be forwarded to my email address as a WAV file. So it is an audio file that I can listen on my computer. And then you would click Apply here. There's an additional option here of Leave Original in Inbox. If you have that checked, it will leave the voicemail message in your voicemail box on your phone and also in your email. If you choose to have this option on, please remember that you do have to delete the voicemails from both areas so that way your voicemail box doesn't fill up. So I'm going to unclick that and apply. You do have some additional voicemail greetings here. Currently, this one is using a personal greeting, but you can choose to have some different system automated greetings for your voicemail message if you choose. And we will navigate back to the home page, and that is the Commportal user interface.